My next guest has won 5 American League batting titles, hit 310 times, and has played in 9 consecutive All-Star games. Please welcome the most superstitious player in Yankee pinstripes, Wade Boggs. First of all, congratulations on a great year.
Thank you. It's been a lot of fun. We've had some work to do since spring training, and we've still got 11 games left to bring home the pennant. That's it.
Now, I said in my intro that you are... Hey, quiet down. I said in my intro that you are superstitious, and you are. You're a very superstitious player. You have...
It's the nature of the game. I think all athletes, in some form, are superstitious because it's positive reinforcement that you can carry into the game that day and know that if you got 2 hits the day before or scored a touchdown the day before, you can bring it and rehash everything that happened the day before and hopefully you do the same performance.
Right. Well, I mean, a lot of players have certain things they do. It just seems you have many things that you do.
About
for example,
80.
Yeah, about 80. All right. Well, for example, you eat chicken before every game. Is that right?
Right. Every day game or just before a night game, I have to have chicken. But on day games, the old adage, which came first, chicken or the egg? So you have eggs on day games. So it's the daily ritual that I take into every game.
Now, was there ever a day when you didn't have chicken?
Unfortunately, in 1985, it was the last day of a homestand, and my wife didn't get to the grocery store that day, and consequently, we had pork chops that day. It was a very dreary performance. 0 for 4, 2 errors, struck out twice, and got hit in the elbow by Cal Ripken in an overthrow into the dugout. So, needless to say, pork chops has not been on the menu.
Stick to chicken,
Stick
right?
to chicken.
All right. But, I mean, you have a lot of, besides just the chicken, you have a number of things you do. Can you just run through some of them?
Normally, the day starts about 11:30. Get up, eat at 1:15. Leave for the ballpark at 3 o'clock. Get to the ballpark around 3:30. Get dressed on the field at 4 o'clock. Take my ground balls at 4:15. Take batting practice at 5:25. Come back in, get dressed. Go back out onto the field at 7:17. Come back in.
7:17.
17's when I take
How about
the
like
field.
7:15?
It doesn't work.
All right.
It doesn't work. So everything's pretty regimented.
Now, what happens? Have other teams ever tried to throw you off your regimen?
One time in Toronto, we were waiting for the clock to change to 7:17, and the scorekeeper decided to hold it on 7:16. And then he changed it to 7:18, so he bypassed 7:17.
So what did you do?
I don't think I got a hit that night. I think it was one of those unfortunate situations. But the next night he tried the same thing, so I counted, when it turned to 7:16, I counted for 1 minute, 1001, 1002, and went on for a minute and then ran out. And so I got him. So.
Wow, that's terrific.
And another time in Milwaukee, a radio station bought up all the chicken at this restaurant that I go to, thinking that this would be the thing that would take Milwaukee over the
They bought up all the chicken?
All the chicken in this restaurant. So when I went to the restaurant to have my favorite chicken, which was fried chicken at this one restaurant, the hostess said, "I'm sorry, Mr. Boggs, we don't have any chicken." So I had to leave.
So that night you just had to catch your own chicken and like kill it.
No, I had to go to another restaurant.
All right, okay. Well, we'll be right back with more Wade Boggs after these messages. Okay, I'm here talking to Wade Boggs. It's something I have to get to. I grew up just outside of Boston in Brookline, Mass. My whole life, you can see from my kitchen window Fenway Park. You can see the lights of Fenway Park, and I have to ask you, Why? Why did you leave?
It really wasn't a case of whether or not it was my decision to leave. They had the incumbent, Scott Cooper, waiting in the wings, and it was a time that the Red Sox felt that my tenure with the Red Sox was up, and it was time for me to move on. And the contract that they offered me was a 2-year deal, and I was looking for some more longevity that was associated with the contract. And the Yankees came up with a contract that I felt was fair, and here I am.
Well, I know that you're happy now with the Yankees, but when you're with a team that long, do you have emotional attachments to it?
It was very emotional when I walked out of the clubhouse for the last time, and I knew I wouldn't be back.
Right.
And it was wondering where my future lies and what team I would be going to and making new friends and these kinds of things. And it came down to L.A. and New York, and go New York.
Yeah. I'll get you all. You'll get yours.
I'll get you, my little pretty.
No, but and were you nervous at all when you played your first game with the Yankees, versus the Red Sox? Were you worried at going back to Fenway Park?
I had all winter to think about the reception that I was going to get in Fenway Park, and not knowing when you're with an organization for 17 years and you don't know anything else outside of baseball, other than being a Red Sox player. It was kind of difficult going back there and walking into a new clubhouse and new surroundings and saying, oh my gosh, I'm a visiting player and I'm with the dreaded Yankees. And when I got up for the first time, there were boos and cheers mixed in, and then once it started, a little bit more cheers, and then all of a sudden a standing ovation. It was like, wow, the whole 11 years just flooded back to me.
Yeah, they won't forget. Boston.
They don't forget.
It's a good town.
Yeah, 1918. Yeah, they don't forget.
Oh, do you think there's a curse? Do you think there's a curse on Boston? You're a superstitious guy.
After watching Saturday's game...
Yeah, I know. That's what I was going to say. I don't know how many people saw Saturday's game. A very bizarre ending where the Red Sox looked like they had it in the bag, and then a very unusual thing happened. Players run out on the field, and I mean,
New York's not the only place that they run onto the field.
Right.
I've seen fans run onto Fenway numerous amounts of times,
sure.
and it's just not isolated to just the New York fans.
Right.
They do it in Fenway Park also, but it
there has never been an unruly
game.
scene at Fenway Park.
Not that I can recount.
Yeah, right.
But,
well, listen, there's one thing I wanted to do while we still had time. I was very sorry to see you leave the Red Sox, but I was wondering, there's no hard feelings if you'd sign a baseball bat for me.
Sure, not at all.
I'd really appreciate that. Right here. Please indulge me, America. This will take a second. Oh, this is great. This is one of the perks of my job. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Okay. Thank you. Right now, for a limited time only, we have a bat here signed by Boggs, and you can have it for $75. So please, get yours now. Oh, come on.
That's great.
Come on.
I understand you're in a new job. Your 6-month lease is up.
I know. I'm going to have to make money any way I can.
Any way you can.
NBC has me on a really short contract. All right, we're going to have to go. It was a real pleasure meeting you. Thanks for coming. We'll be right back.